I am ashamed, or let me say tired of my butts because they are just too big. I think I want to see a doctor to help me diet because I guess I store fat in my butt. Jesus Christ. I've tried different things to reduce it, but instead it gets bigger. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Betty Udmusu. If you're new here, you're welcome. If you're not so new, you're also welcome. Mwah. Thank you for always sticking around to watch the videos on this channel. I love you so much. Thank you for clicking to watch again. So in today's video, I am going to be going through my diary from 2016. So I went home for the holidays and my younger sister told me she had found my diary from 2016. I'm like, what? I don't even remember keeping one, just so you can see it's torn already, but I don't know if you can see it. That's the date. Yeah, I have other diaries that are with me, but I had even forgotten that I kept this one as well. This must have been from when I was in I don't know, SS1, SS2. Okay, I got into SS1 in 2015, so I'm guessing this must have been ending of SS1 or SS2. Now, going through this diary, it brought back a lot of memories. At the time I was even writing, I didn't know what I was doing was actually journaling, like reflective journaling. Even though I knew writing a diary was writing a journal, but I didn't really understand the importance of what I was doing. I mean, at that time, it was just me writing my feelings into a book or things I couldn't share with people. Just to me, it was just writing about my day and things I was feeling at the moment. Yeah, but looking at it now, I'm like, goodness me, a lot of growth has happened, and I'm not just talking physical growth. I'm talking about like mentally. I've just grown in my mindset, in the way I think, everything. So I went through this and I cannot begin to start talking about everything, but there are quite some parts of the things I had written that just, hit me differently now that I'm older. Like looking at my perspective at that time to now, I'm like, nah, no way. I need to make a video on this. Now, one of the things that really struck me was how I was dealing with my body image at the time. I was dealing with my body image. My esteem was really low, but a lot of people did not know this because I was a very smart kid when I was in school. I'm still smart. I'm still smart, but I was one of those kids that topped the class every term, and so a lot of people didn't really feel like I was having esteem issues. I was a confident kid. Presentations, assemblies, you talk about being in front of the crowd. I was always there. So it didn't even seem to people like I would be having esteem issues. I'm really sorry, it's hot, so I'm hard to find myself. So now, I noticed that I made a few points here and there about my body and how I was feeling at the time. And the first point, the first reference I had made to my body here was on the 8th of July. On the 8th of July, I wrote, it's too long. It's so long for me to start reading out. I don't know. I don't want it to fall. So 8th of July, there's a lot of things there I can't begin to read, but I will just skip fast to the point where I had written about my body. So I wrote here and I read, I am ashamed, or let me say tired of my butt because they are just too big. I think I want to see a doctor to help me diet because I guess I store fat in my butt. Jesus Christ. I must have read this thing somewhere for me to be thinking about that. It says, I'm going through a lot internally in my heart, but nobody seems to know. Hey, on top. And maybe this should not be funny, but I'm finding it really funny now. Back then, I'm sure it wasn't. I'm going through a lot internally, a lot. Baby girl, you never see life issues. I think worrying about the size of my butt now is not even on the list of my problems right now. It's not on the list of my problems. But I mean, I also wrote here that I hide everything and cover it. Okay, sorry, I skipped the part. It says, what about the ridicule I get at school, embarrassment from friends and classmates? I hide everything and cover it with a smile, but deep down I am in pain. I wish there was an iron or anything I could use to melt down this big thing at my behind. Oh God, help me. I really need help. Hmm. That was how I ended the entry for that day. Oh God, help me. I really need help. Okay, just before I comment on this, let me read on to the other parts. So I made reference to it sometime again. This was in November that same year. And it says, I'm going to skip a lot of parts before it gets to part. It says, Imagino chuckles. I wrote it by like that. Imagino chuckles in brackets. Today in school, I was heading for the library when I met Mrs. Should I mention the name? I should not mention the name. Mrs. I don't know. One of my English teachers in GSS 3 who complained, or should I say, warned me about my butt being big. I just laughed it off, but deep inside, I felt hurt. A teacher, another one, had told me about it before, the same comment. You know, sometimes I'm happy about it, and sometimes I feel sad and ask myself, in fact, ask God, why I am the only one with this kind of thing in the house. While sometimes I feel so good and comfortable with, I guess that must have been a typo, with full stop. Sincerely, I've tried different things to reduce it, but instead it gets bigger. I think I need to see a doctor because I don't know what to do. This is me writing again that I need to see a doctor. I mean, I wrote this in July, that's that of the same year, and now me writing it again in November. Oh goodness me, girl, you must have been in so much pain. Oof, I don't know what to do. For crying out loud, I'm just 15. Sometimes in the bathroom, I take a glance at it or even at my shadows, and I'm like, oh my gosh, is this really me? Even in the house, putting on my clothes is a big deal to me because I feel, oh, I'm just frustrated. Wow. In school, my mates think I'm happy with this extra big butt, with the way I flaunt it, but deep inside, I'm what? Okay, deep inside, okay, I'm like, what is this? I'm sure that was what I wanted to write, but I lied the way I write am here. So it's so long. I can't be reading everything, but that is like the summary of the references in this journal. And reading through it right now, a lot of things are going through my mind. One, I'm thinking about so many other 15-year-olds that are probably in this situation right now. 15-year-olds or even less, or younger, 15-year-olds or younger, or even older that might be going through this struggle of esteem, body acceptance, body positivity. And I'm just, yeah, thinking about things I'd written here. Now, if you recall while reading, I said it that I used to flaunt it, which made a lot of people feel like I was confident about it. But to me, realizing now that was my coping mechanism to the insecurity that I felt at the time. So flaunting it seems like I was proud of it at the time, but to me, it was just a way of coping through it so people don't see the insecurities, right? And looking at myself now, I love my body the way it is presently. I don't struggle with all of this, and I'm trying to just see what has changed, what actually changed, and I've realized that my mentality changed. My mentality changed in the sense that I realized that one, I had to accept that God made me the way I was, unique and different from every other person. But I couldn't see it because there was an image around me. Every other person that were around me at the time didn't have or didn't look the way I looked. So It made me feel like the people around me were the standard that I had to follow. Whereas everyone is different, everyone is unique in their own ways. Imagine me saying I needed to see a doctor because I had a big butt. Girl, I mean, there are people the same way too who probably have big busts. There are girls with big breasts and feeling like, my breast is too big. Why am I like this? And then when you go to the clinic, they tell you, oh, it's normal. There's no, how do I put it? Like, it's not a challenge to your health. Not a challenge to your health. It's not an health challenge. It's just you. That's how it is. And it just shows that, see, in this life, everybody cannot be the same. There is no standard of beauty. There is no standard of how you should look like. Everybody, just the same way everyone is not slim. Everyone cannot be slim. Everyone cannot be fat. Everyone cannot be tall. Everyone cannot be short. I think body positivity begins with that acceptance. You acknowledging the fact that I am this way and I need to love myself this way, as long as it is not threatening to your health or to your life. Now, if you ask me what has changed, I love my body. About my body, nothing has really changed about my body. Maybe facially, I might have maybe I look a bit mature or older. But in terms of how my body is, I don't think anything has really changed. But what has changed is my acceptance of it and being proud of the fact that, look, God has made me the way I am, and there's really nothing you can do about it, except for the fact that I think the only thing I would say I'm not exactly pleased with right now is my weight, which I am working actively towards, maintaining. And this is not because, oh, I don't like that I'm big, but because I don't want it to become a threat to my health. I've seen a lot of people who are quite on the big side. Obesity is not something to be happy or proud about because it's not healthy. So that's the only part I would say, oh, maybe I'm not feeling good. But aside that, I've come to accept myself the way I am and love my body. Because see, if you don't love yourself, don't love your body, nobody's going to help you do it. No matter how much people are praising you or feeling like, oh goodness, you have the body, you have the this. If you don't accept it, if you don't love it, then it's just because the way you see yourself is how people would see you. And that is why if you don't accept yourself, when you are in the midst of people that do not like how you look or do not accept how you look, you're going to find it difficult to thrive there because you are allowing them dictate what should be for you and what should not be. Well, I don't know what else to say anymore, but to every person that is watching this video right now that is feeling some type of way about yourself, having esteem issues because of how you look or how you feel about yourself, look, my darling, I just want you to know that variety is the spice of life. Your existence is a spice to this life because nobody's ever going to be like you. There could be similarities, but they would never exactly be like you. And so the first step to overcoming esteem issues would be to accept your body, accept who you are, accept your uniqueness, accept yourself for who you are. Except in the situation where it is health threatening or life threatening, please don't accept that. And what I mean is, if how you look is beginning to be a threat to your existence, begin to be a threat. Why am I saying threat? If how you look is beginning to be a threat to your existence, then please, by all means, do not accept that. Find ways to actually help yourself become healthy. But if how you look is not a threat to your life, please just love yourself, accept yourself, because there would never be another you. I almost forgot to add the part where, actually I forgot, but I read in a part where I said my teachers made comments that actually also contributed to my low self-esteem and struggles. And I just want to put it out there that, look, as individuals, be nice with your words, be kind with how you actually, make comments or give opinions about how people look. Because the truth is, you really don't know how those words are going to affect them. You don't know how strong they are to handle the words that you're going to be saying to them. So be really nice and careful with how you pass comments on people's looks, honestly, because I'm sure those teachers never felt like they were actually hurting me. To them, they felt they were giving me advice as to how I should look. And I learned to them that, look, I'm already going through a struggle. Now, you saying these things are actually adding to my struggle and not in any way helping me. So let us always do well to be nice with our words and comments to people, because you do not know how strong or how capable they are to actually undo your words and those things that you said to them. And with that, I'm gonna bring this this part. I don't know whether to call it diary of a I don't know. I'll think of something, but moving on, I might continue to go through some of the issues that I have written about in my journal from when I was 15 and young. Yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Please drop a comment if you enjoyed watching it or can relate to the things I've said in the video. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye.